the 9th day of 2025. There are 356 days left in the year. Good morning, MB. Guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose. Live online at K105.com. Via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify cast. On Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter. And the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's B. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Are you enjoying the sunshine so far?
I am.
Is a break from what we've had the last
Yes.
few days. According to Mental Floss, if you've got an important decision to make, you should have made it 45 minutes ago. 8:30 a.m. is the best time, according to researchers. They found that's when we make our best decisions at that time. Later on in the day, we suffer from decision fatigue, and we make the quicker or easier decision sometimes instead of the right one.
Well, okay.
So mark that on your calendar. 8:30 a.m. is the
8:30.
optimum time. And maybe 8:30 tomorrow, something important will happen. He is a 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio News Hawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley. And the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I need to apologize to you. I didn't get around to it yesterday.
For
I would imagine I momentarily caused a panic on your end yesterday
Oh.
when I fired your intro music.
yeah, I was not prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I didn't have.
scrambled momentarily.
Yes, there was, because my microphone was over on the side of my desk, and then my camera was, sitting next to my my desk. It was not. I was not prepared whatsoever. And then I did get it ready and sat there, and it never came again. So I was like, oh, well, I guess it's not needed.
I'm sorry. Well, the last time you were on, it's been a chaotic week. And the last time Whitney was on, you were also on. And so I was just throwing it around the horn like it was a 4-person setup. And I'm 53. What do you get? I mean, what do you say?
There was a
I'll blame it on
definite
age.
cause of about a 5-second panic. Yeah, I was not prepared.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm sure. Well, I kind of panicked for about 5 seconds too. Like, oh, wait, that's not the right thing
Well,
to
I
do.
looked up like, wait a minute.
Did I miss a memo? Sam, when is the last time you ordered pizza, either in person or online?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay. And you did it online or in person?
Do you even need to ask?
You did it online. So if you ordered the pizza in person, you are more likely to request more responsible portions and toppings. Like when you get to do it online, you say, give me double the meat, give me triple the cheese, give me like all the extra things. Because if you're alone, you're less inhibited. And if you have to do it in person, it's like, okay, I want pepperoni and I want sausage, or I want, so they say that
I don't know
it's a
that
difference when you.
other than the place that does hot and ready, I'm not sure I have ever ordered a pizza in person.
Interesting. You've never been in a sit-down pizza restaurant before?
Okay. I guess that, but that's different, I think, isn't it?
True. More of an experience.
Just dining.
Yeah.
So let's get to the weather of the day. We mentioned the sunshine that we're fortunate to have, and it's going to be some good news for if you're in the radio business. It's going to help because it's going to burn off some ice and might get back to closer to normal. We're told the convection of the sun is going to help. We're seeing some morning freezing fog, what we saw until about 7 a.m., which was an odd sensation when I saw that warning last night. It's going to be sunny today, but cold. Sunny and cold, highs in the 20s. Now, let's go ahead and let's cover the short term. We'll see mostly sunny today, a high of 28, increasing clouds 16 tonight. Tomorrow's an alert day. We're going to see snow tomorrow. Just be prepared. And a high of 30. And then flurries are going to linger into Saturday night. Clouds are going to remain overhead. Now, here's the part that I really don't want to have to share with you. Temperatures look to remain below freezing in most locations throughout the weekend. And I am reading that there could be a little bit of weather on Sunday night, and then maybe by about Thursday of next week, there could be something else. So that just don't get too carried away off into the future on what might be happening. We are going to be in a winter storm warning starting tonight, and you might have heard during the Rick Burgess show this morning, they're talking about in Birmingham, they're going to get that wintry mix that we had of the last storm. And if they are, then that means we're well above the mix line, and we're going to be in the snow band. So it will linger. I feel like, our road crews do such a good job. I think primary roads, just, dealing with snow is actually a lot easier. If you've got an area like up in northern Kentucky where they already had 15 inches of snow and you throw another 5, or even in Louisville where you add more snow, that could be problematic. Should point out today, President Carter's national funeral is going to be, he's making, his casket is making the trip from the Capitol Rotunda to the National Cathedral, where they will have the funeral service. Matter of fact, I think just about everyone's seated except for the family and ready to begin that service. A reminder, Postal Service not running today. It's a day of national mourning, according to an order from President Biden. But as far as banks go, banks do things differently. It's not a federal holiday that forces banks. So maybe, and they've even started to fracture on some federal holidays, like they might be closed, but they might be working for in-service. So you probably just want to call ahead and check. But UPS and FedEx are running today. USPS not running today due to the national warning. The people who have lost their homes. Yesterday we learned that Senate Majority Leadership has announced that Senator Steve Meredith, our senator, will continue serving as the chair of the Senate Standing Committee on Health Services for the 2025 legislative session. The Health Services Committee is responsible for addressing a wide range of critical issues, including delivery, public health, mental health, Medicaid, etc. I also saw Representative Heverin had released her committee work. Not a lot of change in that regard. I think she's chairing the Families and Children Committee, which she's been involved with for the last several years. We had a couple things happen in Frankfort yesterday. The governor gave his State of the Commonwealth address last night, had some familiar refrains talking about and bemoaning the acrimonious tone of national politics. He said, one of the things he said, most Americans don't wake up every day thinking about politics. They wake up thinking about their family and their jobs and their situations. And so he's trying to espouse common sense government was the tone that he took in his address last night. That hurdle of lowering income tax did get through a committee yesterday. So the House Appropriations and Revenue Committee gave the measure, which is House Bill 1, showing its significance and importance, to take that 3.5% on down to 3.5% starting for 2026 on state income tax. Told you about Governor Beshear's his address last night. The Todd County Sheriff has been indicted on 2 charges following a confrontation with a Logan County man. Todd County Sheriff Tracy White was indicted by a Logan County grand jury on harassment and misdemeanor menacing charges earlier this month for an incident that was captured on video that occurred May 3 of 2024 when White went to the residence of Adam Weatherford in Lewisburg. The 2 men argued over an incident involving children. White was not in uniform during the confrontation. He has been indicted. You may be hearing out of Congress that Senator Paul and Senator Tuberville have joined 28 other senators in the introduction of the Protection of Women's and Girls Sports to preserve Title IX. So if you have a young woman involved in sports, that may be of interest to you. It's called the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act, and you can research it for yourself and find out. The playoffs continue tonight in the college football playoffs. You've got Penn State and Notre Dame. Then you got another semifinal tomorrow night. But something I guess we're much more curious about, Sam, the weather doesn't sound like it's going to be cooperating very well for Cougar and Lady Cougar basketball tomorrow and perhaps into next week. So a lot of unknowns at this point.
Yeah, I know. You've seen a lot of doubleheaders move up to tonight. and I think already Edmondson and Whitesville Trinity moved to Monday. So I sent some messages out yesterday saying, "Hey, is that in the talks?" And it's Grayson County was willing. It sounds like maybe other parties were not for tomorrow.
Okay.
And so it's. I mean, I'm not naming any names.
Of course.
So so because of
But
that,
it's not Grayson County.
no, I don't believe it was Grayson County.
Right.
And I don't remember who they're playing. It was supposed to tomorrow. I don't know. But still, so it just and I get it. You know, there's still snow covered roads and everything. There's a lot of differences with that. So I mean, if I were a betting man, I wouldn't expect us to be making a trip to Morgantown tomorrow night. And I don't know about next week.
I'd be surprised.
It's. I mean. Ask us Sunday night whether we'll be playing on Tuesday. I have no idea, but I'm not expecting a doubleheader tomorrow night.
Not naming any names, but not Grayson County.
No, I'm not. We would never name names on this show.
We're not naming any names, but it was not Grayson County, which is not a name. It's not. Don't consider that a name. Gotta get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way. Hang around. You're on In the Know.
Your health care starts with Owensboro Health Primary Care in Big Clifty. Family medicine physician Dr. Kiersey Kuiper was trained by the University of Louisville in Owensboro and cares for patients 16 years and older. She's here to help when you want to stay healthy, when you're not feeling well, and when you need help managing a chronic condition. Learn more and schedule your appointment online at owensborohealth.org/BigClifty.
If you strive for a healthy mind, body, and soul but feel overwhelmed, maybe it's time to talk with someone. Reach out to Fuller Life Counseling Partners. Whether you're seeking individual or couples counseling, family therapy, or substance abuse counseling, Fuller Life Counseling is there to help. Young or old, there are many benefits. Less anxiety and stress, better relationships, increased emotional balance, and more. Heal from within with Fuller Life Counseling in Bowling Green, Glasgow, Litchfield, and Scottsville. Or visit fullerlifecounseling.org.
Gravel, crushed stone, or lime. No matter your project, Katyville Crushed Stone has the rock you need at unbeatable prices. Our new owners have over 30 years of expertise to guide you through your next project. Whether it's new construction, a driveway, barn, or farm, we've got you covered. Our customer service team is available Monday through Friday, and our delivery team Monday through Saturday for all your rock solutions. Katyville Crushed Stone. Call 270-879-0222.
When buying or selling a home, you want experience, trust, and personal touch. But they say you can only pick two. Well, with Gina Lastly at Tom Baxter Real Estate, you get all three. With a decade of expertise as a broker, Gina's attention to detail and passion for real estate make her a trusted friend and professional. She goes above and beyond to ensure your real estate journey is smooth and successful.
I'm Gina Leslie. Put my passion for real estate to work for you. Call me now at 217-721-0034.
Discover the difference at TomBaxterRealEstate.com.
Yellowwood knows that a five-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For five-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start January 13th. Visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, College for the Real World.
NVIDIA is revealing a personal artificial intelligence supercomputer. During his keynote speech at the CES in Las Vegas, CEO Jensen Huang said Project Digits runs on the GB10 Grace Blackwell superchip. The cloud computing machine will be available in May and cost $3,000. CVS Pharmacy is rolling out new innovative technology that gives trustworthy customers the power to unlock inventory themselves. Customers can now simply use the CVS mobile app on their phone to unlock an item.
CVS is thinking outside the box. We're trying to find ways to make it more secure and yet easy. And so this app is a clever way to, still control security and yet make things convenient for trustworthy customers.
Cybersecurity expert Alan Krowitz says shoppers will spend their money elsewhere to avoid the inconvenience. Walmart is also testing similar tech on their employees first. And Apple stock is getting a downgrade. Analysts at MoffettNathanson are lowering their position from neutral to sell for the iPhone maker. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
Hi, this is Gina Leslie with Tom Baxter Real Estate, and I'm in the know. Call me after the show at 217-721-0034 and let me sell the home you've outgrown or find the home of your dreams. Now back to In the Know on K105.
Today is Healthy Weight, Healthy Look Day. It's Static Electricity Day. And it's Word Nerd Day. Word Nerd Day.
I like it.
I didn't set out to become a word nerd. But I think I have become one.
I wasn't, since today was Thursday, I wasn't sure if we were going to have our resident word nerd expert on today.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think he's next Thursday.
Is he next Thursday? I think he would probably admit that he's a word nerd, right?
Oh, well, I would presume he would have to. But in a profession where you're basically your charge is trying to come up with words to spend 30 seconds saying something that you could say in 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of forces you to come up with more words. Like the more the words you got, the betterer, the gooder you are, and that's what we're trying to be. I have to tell you, I must confess, I'm fascinated with the seating assignments at the President Carter funeral. It is the first time in a long time you've had 100% participation of all living presidents and all living vice presidents. So it's just
but I guess
interesting to see.
So I guess Biden's the oldest living president? Is he older than Clinton?
Yeah, he's older than Clinton.
And older than Bush?
Older than Bush, yeah. And he and Trump are neck and neck. They don't seem similar in age, but they are. But during our break, I was watching the conversation between Barry Obama and Donnie J. Trump, and it was just fun to watch them carrying on a conversation. And I don't see Michelle. I see Barack, but I don't see Michelle at the funeral. But you've got, on the third row, you got Al Gore and Mike Pence sitting next to one another. So that means Pence is sitting behind Trump. Well, they're not big buddies. And then you got Biden and Harris on the front row with their spouses. But then left to right on the second row, you got Clinton, Bush. You got Obama, Trump. So you got Bill and Hillary. Then you got George and Laura. You got Barack. Then you got Donald. And then you got Melania.
Well,
and then they go down from there.
It's interesting. So Trump, Bush, and Clinton are all born in 1946. Trump's only just a few weeks older than George W.
Really interesting. Yeah. Well, when he takes office, he will be the oldest president to take office, and they're saying goodbye to the longest living president, which is kind of interesting. There are, this is in January is a year that you kind of reevaluate, reexamine, make some decisions, do things slightly different. As you hear Rick Burgess say, do just a little bit better. And some things are, you try and evaluate things like make it a resolution or just make a decision. But here are some good bad habits, like some things that people don't like, but they actually are good for you. Gaming, studies show that it improves problem solving, critical thinking, multitasking, decision making. But like with so many other things, moderation is the key. Shaking or vibrating your leg, I know that annoys people, especially like if you're doing it on the back of a church pew and you're vibrating. That was like, oh, stop it. But it helps circulation, helps get your blood moving. Crying actually helps ease pain. Talking to yourself, some might consider that a bad habit, but it's actually good for you. It can help you concentrate.
Do you know anyone that does that?
I know. I'm acutely aware of someone who does that.
Not naming any names, though, right?
Right.
There are times when I sort of know when she's talking to her other personalities. Mm-hmm. Like there's a different tone than when she's talking with me. The way she talks to Gertie, there's a specific way. Mm-hmm. The way that she talks to most of the people that she just talks to herself with, I kind of know those. But then I know the tone that she uses when she talks to me. but the lines kind of blur sometimes, or if you're a distance away, you don't quite hear the nuance, and you go, "Was that for me, or was that the dog?" I'm not sure. But procrastination, diamonds are made under pressure. This says, being less than 100% productive at work, pacing yourself is important for mental and physical health. Staying up late and taking a nap during lunch breaks are all things that actually are bad habits, but could be good for you. You know, in the old days, some of the most successful people in the world have claimed that they would only sleep for 4 hours at a time, but they would, like, when it got dark and they didn't have artificial lighting, they would sleep from like 8 to midnight, and they would get up and work for a few hours, and and then they'd go back to sleep for the rest of the night. So some people, I guess, maybe doing that, staying up late or getting up in the middle of the night and then going back to bed. Here are the fastest growing, if you're looking for a new career, here are the fastest growing jobs in the United States, according to LinkedIn for 2025's Jobs on the Rise. Artificial intelligence engineer, artificial intelligence consultant, physical therapist, workforce development manager, travel advisor, event coordinator, director of development, outside sales representative, sustainability specialist, and security guard. Those are the top 10 jobs on the rise. Physical therapy jumps out at me. I think that's been a very popular space to choose over the last several years. But here's what I do know. The longer we live, the more of us live longer. The more active you are, the more likely you are to have a fall, trip, run, have a sports injury, have anything like that. And in most cases, when you suffer that, you need some type of physical therapy, and that means we need more therapists that can provide those types of services. The AI is really no surprise to me. It's a developing space, so therefore there are plenty of opportunities that are becoming more popular and more accessible. Workforce development manager, but in simplistic terms, is just hiring people, but developing a workforce, a group of people that has a certain set of skills. Event coordinator is interesting. Now, I'm seeing people who are doing that, and seems to be very rewarding, but I wouldn't have considered it to be a top 10 job on the rise. But I guess, it can, obviously it's rewarding when you do a successful event. And I think a lot of people are using it as a side hustle or as a gig type of job. But people are making a living doing it, so congratulations to them. Sam, if you had to pick one of those, would you pick one over the other?
Security guard, right?
Yeah.
I could be Joe Burrow's new security guard. He needs one.
You could be that. I would choose, though, John Candy at Wally World.
Oh, that's a good one.
Folks, sorry, the park's closed. That's what I would do in vacation. As the new year, as the calendar turns over, the streamers would send you your report of your top 10 streamed artists or what you spent your most time listening to. I think Apple might even do the apps that you use the most, etc. Well, a 911, a law enforcement agency, has released a list of the top 10 most unusual 911 calls in 2024. Now, I would like to remind you from the outset that misuse of 911 carries fines. So I don't know that I would take this as a how-to guide. In fact, I would take it as a cautionary tale.
Yes.
That you should not do these things. They do not rise to the level of using 911, so just know that from the jump. The number 10 spot on the list had to do with a not-so-tech-savvy individual who called 911 to advise that they didn't recognize someone on their social media friend list.
Oh, my.
What is 911 going to do?
911 knows everything. Another caller told operators their parents were forcing them to clean their room. It'd have been nice to have 911 in my day when I was having to clean up my room. The number 8 caller reported a fox was wandering the neighborhood and scaring a local cat. An actual fox, like a red-furred fox.
That one at least can like kind of. I mean, I don't know that 911's the people that you call, but maybe I can see where you call someone.
911 knows the number to animal control. I would imagine.
What does the fox say though?
The number 7 caller reported bees inside their house. I think that caller was David Spade and Chris Farley. The number 6 caller asked for police help to unlock their cell phone. You call a locksmith for that, don't you? Or no, you probably call the Geek Squad to unlock your cell phone.
That's the only option they had, right? They're sitting.
You can only call,
Yeah.
with a locked phone, you can only call 911,
Right.
so I guess they had very little choice.
But still, goober.
Now, here's one that probably happened in Kentucky. Number 5 caller told operator someone had thrown their ice cream on the ground. Probably pulled it out of their pocket and then threw it on the ground, and that's what a travesty that is. The number 4 call involved an individual who reported their cat was being mean and asked for a police officer to come and help with the situation. If I were in the law enforcement business and I got that call, I would probably go and give the cat a lecture and just video it, and say it would go viral and become famous. Caller number 3 asked for help with a malfunctioning washing machine. The number 2 caller requested help with a math problem because they didn't want to fail their test in the morning.
Listen, math is hard.
It's an emergency line. And the number 1 call on this came from a resident who reported someone had apparently taken their tambourine during a party.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You can call 911 about tambourines and hand towels and all kinds of things that go missing during parties. And then finally, when I was growing up, teachers would tell you about the importance of learning to read and write. In fact, about the reading, they would say, you got to learn to read because if you can't read, you can't even read a road sign. You couldn't even get to where you needed to get to because you can't just do something like read a road sign and go somewhere.
Little did they know that now your phone tells you exactly what to do.
That's right. You can just follow Siri's instructions.
you can't read a recipe. You can't, that was one I heard.
But in a very analog way, here's another reason that you should learn to write. A Colorado man allegedly attempted to rob a bank, but left with nothing after handing a note to a teller who was unable to decipher what he had written. Happened December 17th at First National Bank. The police said the man walked into the bank, handed the teller a note. The teller, however, had a hard time reading the note because it was illegible. The man got frustrated as the teller was struggling to read the note, so he left the bank. Happened on December 17th in Colorado. They're still searching for the suspect, but they do have his picture. See, you can't even rob a bank. If you don't learn how to write and have good penmanship, you can't even rob a bank.
Oh my goodness.
So get your act together and learn how to read and write. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Today's Did You Know? Right around the corner here on In the Know.
The Grayson County Health Department reminds you of the importance to get vaccinated. It's important not only to protect yourself, but your friends, family, and co-workers. The Grayson County Health Department is committed to keeping our community safe. Walk-in clinics offer both the COVID-19 and flu vaccines, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. Visit 124 East White Oak Street or myhealthdepartment.org. Grayson County Health Department. Together, we are better.
Attention propane customers, has your existing provider been hard to reach? Have you had questions that haven't been answered or experienced long wait times or been asked to reply and send emails for customer support? Don't waste any more of your time. Southern States Co-op in Bowling Green will take your call. They will even swap out your existing tank to theirs at no charge. Southern States Bowling Green Co-op is ready to serve all your propane needs in Bowling Green and surrounding counties because empty is never an option.
I've always put others first, but in 2025, it's my turn. At Pure Aesthetics and Wellness, I've found the key to take control of my health. With medically guided weight loss programs, compounded GLP-1 injections, and sublingual drops, I'm redefining my beauty. The 3D full body scans help me see real progress. I deserve this transformation. For more information, visit pureaesthetics.life. Pure Aesthetics and Wellness. Here's to a healthier, more beautiful me.
Congratulations, you are officially a Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we were thinking you'd go by Wayne? Oh, Wayne's fine too.
There's a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, which means you'll know yours by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau. Big on commitment. To find an agent near you, go to mykfbagent.com.
Safe drivers, see clearly. That's why starting January 1st, 2025, a new Kentucky law requires vision screening for anyone renewing a driver's license.
Clearly, the focus is on safer roadways.
Simply bring a completed vision screening form from your vision specialist to any driver licensing regional office, or get free vision screening at the time of renewal.
To view the details, visit drive.ky.gov.
I see what you did there.
A message from Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
On the basketball court, you have to know where the lines are. It's just as important to know where the lines are in your own yard. Kentucky law generally requires you to have underground utility lines located before most excavation work, even if it's on your own property. If you don't call 811 and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate you and you may be fined up to $1,250. Much better to stay within the bounds of the law and call before you dig to start putting in that backboard or goalpost. For more information, visit psc.ky.gov. This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, sohd.info.
Twin Lakes weather. Today's sunshine will help to push our temperatures into the 20s for afternoon highs. We'll see some rounds of snow moving in tomorrow, with the best opportunity for heavy snow during the afternoon and evening hours. A winter storm warning is in place. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Don't miss the hottest songs in the country on American Top 40 this weekend. One of the stars of Carry On Netflix, Sophia Carson, checks in, and we'll find out if Miles Smith can keep his spot among the stars at number 1. It all goes down this weekend on American Top 40.
But on the midnight watch, I realize why twice you ran away. Think about how many times I have fallen. Spirits are using me.
Today's Did You Know is brought to you by Pure Aesthetics and Wellness. If you've decided 2025 is your year to redefine your beauty, they have several weight loss programs that are medically guided. They have the compounded GLP-1 injections. They have the sublingual drops. They have other things like the 3D body composition scans that you can track your progress. You can set goals. They have a host of ways that you can get control of your weight or other items that you want to tackle in 2025. PureAesthetics.life. Get your makeover started today. Did you know typing keyboards used to be arranged alphabetically? Typing keyboards used to be arranged alphabetically.
Wow.
How did they even decide this? That's the order that it is right now.
So a guy named QWERTY, a guy named QWERTY decided he didn't like the alphabetized, and so he developed the what we have right now. I would have really enjoyed watching his study of coming up with efficient of choosing the home row, right? Because you got A, S, D, F, J, K, L, M, right? And then the pinkies over here. So, and then choosing, all right, if your index fingers are the most dexter or whatever. Whatever.
Okay.
If they have the most dexterity.
There we go.
Then you're going, down to the left, down and to the right, up and to the left, up and to the right. Then just figuring, the Q is over here. You use it with your pinky on the top left-hand corner. You don't use it very often, so you're hiding those away. But how many words and sentences and how long did he have to study to decide that's the best layout?
So, I bet he was a pianist.
Probably.
It says here that it was designed to prevent mechanical jams on early typewriters by placing frequently used letters far apart from one another.
I can see the proper spacing. I will tell you something that bothers me is now when you have to enter a password, say on a smart TV, and their keyboard is laid out in alphabetical error, it feels so unnatural to me because I'm looking for the Q in the top right, in the top left-hand corner of the keyboard. By the way, there's not a Q in my password, so don't even try. Don't even think I've given you a head start. But when I look at it, I go, wait, this is foreign. Oh, wait, it goes A through N across the top row, and then it goes on down.
See, that's where
So
I like it to where some of them now have the QR code that you can just scan, and if your phone's logged in, it just automatically connects.
Yeah, I have kind of taken some of that too. They've made that much more simplistic, so that's good. We told you about the wildfires out in L.A. at the top of the show. The Critics' Choice Awards have postponed. They were postponed. They've been postponed. They was supposed to take place on Sunday. It's now been pushed back to the 26th of January. You know, they've had several productions shut down. I heard last night Grey's Anatomy, the production for Grey's Anatomy has been shut down because of the fires, and several other productions, but that name stood out to me. Taylor Swift, not surprisingly, is the #1 on the Billboard Top Artist charts of the 21st century so far. So that's no surprise, but you might be entertained by 2 through 10. At number 2, Drake. 3 is Rihanna. Post Malone is at 4. Eminem is at 5. That's the 21st century, so it covers 25 years now.
Post Malone over Eminem?
A little bit hard to believe. I don't know if the music business is getting better for artists or getting worse in the way of these rankings. The model has changed significantly. Ed Sheeran proved that you could go around a record company and just go straight to the consumer and be very financially successful in a way that Eminem was not necessarily able to in the height of his career. So the landscape has changed, so it might be skewing. We might not actually be seeing an apples and apples type of comparison because the metrics are different. At number 6, The Weeknd, Beyonce at 7, Justin Bieber at 8, Bruno Mars at 9, Usher at 10. So I don't know that much about Drake, but I'm surprised, I guess, that he's at 2 but I guess it's because there are several artists below him in the rankings that I like far better. That could be some of it. But there's your top 10 Billboard Top Artist of the first 25 years of the 21st century. Back a couple of years ago, we started watching a show on Prime Video called Reacher. And we watched probably the first 4 or 5 episodes, maybe 6 episodes. And then we were trying to find something to watch in the last couple of weeks. And I remembered, hey, you know, we left off on that Reacher show as something that, you know, we're both at the same pace on. Let's watch that. And we did. So we finished season 1. And then I looked to see where season 3 is coming out in February. And I was like, well, let's get season 2 knocked out and we'll be okay. A couple of things that stand out to me is that Reacher is huge. It's played by Alan Richardson. Yes. And you commented, there's a scene in season 2 where he has to go in and buy clothes off the rack, which you commented that's not possible.
There is no way this man could walk into any regular retail store of any kind. It would have to be a big and tall.
He might struggle at big and tall.
I mean, right?
But in the season, it has surprised me where I know to make it dramatic and develop storylines. There are times he'll whip like 6 people at once. Like he might have like a little pocket knife and they've got AK-47s and he'll figure out a way to disarm them all, etc., and be the hero. But there are times when he gets into these physical fights with people who are puny and they give him like they're competitive and he struggles, like they hit him and he falls back and you're thinking, no way, right? He could break them like a twig. Well, in season 3, the trailer is out, and they have found a nemesis for Reacher. They found someone who is bigger, broader, and I don't know where I did with the. It was it's in the. I'll show it to you during the break, but this is a storyline that I can believe.
Whoa.
Now, if you can believe it, it's almost like Andre the Giant. They had to go find Andre the Giant to come in and look like he was bigger than Hulk Hogan.
I mean, wow.
And they have been successful in doing it. But anyway, the season 10 comes out. Season 3 comes out, I think, February the 10th. Okay. But you can look up the trailer. If you're a Reacher fan, the trailer is out now, previewing season 3, and you'll see how this big, brawny Andre the Giant looking guy that will be the nemesis of season 3. Got to get to a break. We'll come back, finish it up for the day. MP's Point to Ponder, Pearl of Wisdom, Chart Toppers, and more ahead here on In the Know.
Rock musician Steve Miller's biggest hit was called Abracadabra, released in 1982. He wrote the music in 1979, but chose not to record the song because he wasn't finished with the lyrics. He decided to shelve the idea until he came up with something better, a process he thought might take a few weeks or months. Instead, 1 year went by, then 2, then 3. Then one day, out of nowhere, inspiration struck. Steve Miller grabbed a pen and paper and wrote the lyrics in just 15 minutes. Nowadays, when Steve tells the story to interviewers, he says the song took him 3 years and 15 minutes to write. The lesson here is this: don't give up. The most important ingredient to success is perseverance. You will face challenges on the path to success. There will be obstacles to overcome. The question is whether you will give up the fight or dig deep when the going gets tough. Don't give in to discouragement when you don't get the results you're hoping for. Whether your dream is to write a hit song or to build a strong career, strong marriage, or to raise a child with good character, stay on the right path until you get where you want to go. When adversity comes, keep working hard and challenge yourself to move forward with purpose. Above all, don't quit too soon. You never know when you might be on the brink of something great happening. For more to help you thrive, go to FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
Hey parents, Parent here. Not to sound old, but if I had $1 for every time someone told me how to parent, well, let's just say I wouldn't need to read this ad to you today. I'd be sitting on the beach somewhere with my feet up. Truth is, I don't trust everyone to tell me stuff. And I don't have time for that 500-page book either. But I do have time for Focus on the Family's weekly age and stage emails that have tips for intentionally raising my son at his age right now. It's super easy. Go to mykidsage.com, put in your kid's age, and get parenting advice you can trust.
I'm going to let you in on a little wireless hack that can cut your cell phone bill in half. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile have convinced you need unlimited data. Fact is, most people don't. Pure Talk only charges $25 a month for unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data plus hotspot. Stop overpaying for wireless. Dial pound 250 and say spend less, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Few things are more important for safe driving than good eyesight. That's why starting January 1st, 2025, a new Kentucky law requires vision screening for anyone renewing a driver's license. Simply bring your completed vision form from your vision specialist to any driver licensing regional office, or get free vision screening at the time of renewal. For more details, go to drive.ky.gov.
A message from Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment. The amount of life insurance coverage that you may qualify for or apply for is subject to medical and financial underwriting by Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company in Jackson, Mississippi.
Gonna take a freight train down at the station. I don't care where it goes. Gonna climb a mountain.
MB's point to ponder for today. What animal or plant really needs to be renamed? What animal or plant really needs to be renamed?
Oh, gosh. I have no idea.
I had a little head start on this. I've been pondering it most of the morning, so I'm going to go with rhododendron.
Okay.
Because it in no way gives any suggestion as to what it might be. Like when you see an orange on an orange tree, you say, "What's that?" That's an orange. Look, I get that. You know, you see an elephant. Okay, that looks like an elephant. Rhododendron. I don't know what that means. But you say, what is that? That's a rhododendron. Well, what does it do? Well, it's a house plant. Okay. Well,
We have some.
what makes it a rhododendron? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't know what needs.
Anything else that needs to be renamed, Sam?
Not that's. This is a longer ponderance.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, you can get back with me.
Okay.
Plant or animal. Plant or animal is the ponderance. On TV tonight, Of course, the playoff game. You got Notre Dame and Penn State. Who you got, Sam?
I'm taking Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's likely. That's on ESPN, the Orange Bowl, and I think the weather will be out of Dallas before the Cotton Bowl tomorrow night. So I think it should happen on schedule. Hollywood Squares, the series premiere tonight on CBS. Only Murders in the Building on ABC, and on Fox, Going Dutch. That's on Fox tonight. Today's highlight in history. This date in 2007, 18 years ago today, we saw the iPhone for the first time. Steve Jobs came out on stage there in the Macworld conference in San Francisco and said, "Look, little did we know how much it was going to change the world."
Did you? What was your first one? Did you have? You didn't get the iPhone 1, did you?
No, I think a 5. Maybe I got the 5.
I don't know.
I think maybe 5 was the first one. I went BlackBerry to iPhone, and I was a holdout for a while.
I'm assuming. Were you on your belt buckle, the BlackBerry?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Most people, a lot of people's phones were on their belts during that time. That was because they were so small, they were harder to. Even the Motorola Razors and some of the other phones.
And I mean,
they were
listen,
pretty
that was
oriented, but
style too. Like, I mean,
absolutely,
It really was.
I have
Sam.
never.
It really was.
Well, but you also have to remember.
Like, I'm not
We
making fun at all.
we
It really
evolved from the pager era. Like I'm from the pager generation, so you clearly wore those on your belt. So you go, okay. I remember the first pager I ever saw. My Aunt Mary Lynn had it. She was on call at the hospital because she's an anesthetist. So she would be on call, like even during church. Pager might go off, and you go, oh, that's kind of cool. So to see where we've gone in the communication devices is quite interesting. But yeah, the iPhone never went in a clip on the belt. When I went to the iPhone, the belt clip was gone. Joan Baez is 84 today. Jimmy Page is 81. Now, I do sit on it sometimes, and the case kind of peels off the one corner. Crystal Gale is
You
74.
sit on it?
J.K. Simmons is 70. Yeah, I put it in my back pocket. Or
Why
I
do you-
sit down, stand up, or whatever. My jeans will pull the corner off of the.
I don't ever put my phone in my back pocket.
I'm
No?
just glad the keyboard doesn't make sound.
You're not doing it right. Imelda Stanton is 69 today. She was one of the ladies who played Queen Elizabeth in The Crown. Dave Matthews is 58. A.J. McLean from Backstreet Boys is 47. Sergio Garcia is 45. Kate Middleton, Catherine the Princess of Wales, is 43 today. Gone but not forgotten, Richard Nixon, born in 1913. Fernando Lamas in 1915. Bart Starr, 1934. Bob Denver, you know him as Gilligan, born in 1935. And Dick Enberg was born in 1935.
Good
as
broadcaster.
well. Yeah, famous sportscaster. He did such a good job. We got a short time for chart toppers today. Let's go to 1948. Now, you know Louis Prima as the guy who sings Pennies from Heaven on the Elf soundtrack. Every time it rains, it rains.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
He's also doing this song called Civilization, or parenthetically, Bongo, Bongo, Bongo. Yeah, you recognize that voice from Pennies from Heaven. Pennies from Heaven, shooby dooby, which is not really a Christmas song, but we've turned it into one because it's in Elf. 1957, The Terriers, the Banana Boat song, number one this day, 1957. You all taking the Terriers or Harry Belafonte? Which version of that song do you prefer?
I don't know.
You haven't decided? Okay. Get back to me.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to have to start making a list over here.
The
Stuff
first
that we have to
Statler
get back
Brothers
in.
song I was ever exposed to, Flowers on the Wall. If you've got Captain Kangaroo in your lyrics, I'm a fan.
Solitaire till dawn with a deck of 51. Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Now don't tell me.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Elton John in 75. Say, Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson in 84. I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston, number one in 93. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today says, over every mountain there is a path, although it may not be seen from the valley. Over every mountain there is a path, although it may not be seen from the valley. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another Another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix is WKHG, Litchfield. The Twin Lakes